Alright, so firstly, no, I am most certainly not back. Second, why am I making this? Well, long story short, I just need to get this stuff out of my head so that I can either forget World of Warcraft altogether, or have someone look at this content and be like, you know what, he may actually be useful and give me a job. I honestly don't care which one happens first, but that is why I am making this. Also, if this recording sounds deranged in any form, you are 100% correct, because I'll be perfectly honest, this was me after years of restraint just finally saying, screw it, why not? Hope you enjoy. Okay, so who is the fifth of six old gods? Answer! Ysilda! That is who that stained glass is showing. Likely Ysilda. Who is Ysilda, you ask? Tales of Odin, the Wanderer and the Serpent. Look it up. You'll know precisely what I'm talking about the minute you look at the Winding Slither Drakes and realize, oh, wait a minute, if they're naturally occurring, then could they have occurred? Then could they be the precursors to proto-drakes, similar to how the proto-drakes are the precursors to dragons? But it also perfectly explains the odd divergence in dragonkind, where you've got the ones with that really pronounced jaw. If you're after like the general timeline, it's Odin beats the crap out of this dragon. Technically kills it. Technically. But in the process, he kind of threw it off to the side of Pangaea. Yeah, this dragon, by the way, was huge. So, when it died, it probably created its own island chain called the Dragon Isles. Hence why it never turned up on the map. Following that, you then get the whole big creatures with a lot of spirit, or likely a lot of spirit, break down into smaller versions of themselves. Look up the Breakers and the Primalists from Draenor to get an idea of how that concept works. Either way, that breakdown results in the Winding Slither Drakes, which I'm almost certain, despite not playing the game for a very long time now, are likely naturally occurring in creatures that got experimented on by Deathwing. So, if they are naturally occurring creatures, then the Winding Slither Drakes got experimented on by Tyr and got turned into the Proto-Drakes. The Proto-Drakes then got turned to dragons. And admittedly, this is kind of funny on Blizzard's part, but also like really nice. Proto usually relates to origin, blah blah blah, and in this case it's technically accurate. However, I would not be surprised if it turned out Proto-Drake actually means prototype Drake, as in the Proto-Drakes as we know them are not 100% naturally occurring creatures, and were only created through the efforts of Tyr trying to basically weaponize Winding Slither Drakes. Is there anything else? Yes, there is. So, if what I'm saying is actually correct, here's why Ysilda is very important. Ysilda reportedly came from the Emerald Dream, and it's theorized to either be one of Freya's pet wild gods in a mad rage, or specifically something from the Age of Shadow. Now, this is where things kind of come down to, well, how Blizzard wants to play it, because the Primalists were locked up prior to the old gods getting access to the Emerald Dream. As in Sundering, Androssil, old gods inside of the Emerald Dream. Primalists happened way before the Sundering. Meaning, if the Primalists are trying to get into the Emerald Dream, they're either definitely going after an old god, because that's who's helping them at the moment, or they are going after something else. What is that something else? Well, I'm going to assume it's whatever Ysilda came from, / wherever it was held. And to just add a bit more spice to this, if you're curious as to where Ysilda may have came from and or what it's related to, I mean, I think you guys call it the Cosmic Void. I've called it Oblivion, the Depths, Nothingness, Fate, True Death, whatever. That true evil thing at the end of the universe. Yeah, it might be related to that because of the Earthmother story, specifically relating to the snake that took the sun's heart. As in, the old ones, when they manifested themselves and tried to take out the moon and the sun, specifically manifested in some serpentine shape. Which originally I was like, well, it'd be nice if that was related to dragons, but ain't really any evidence to suggest as such. Now, however, if this whole Ysilda, Winding Slither Drakes, Proto Drakes, and dragon thing actually works out, then yeah, there's the connection. And if you're curious how Yasharaj may fit into this, well, it comes down to where you think the divergence may have occurred, because I personally think divergence happened right at the beginning with the serpent that took the sun's heart, and then it went into Ysilda, Yasharaj. They both attached themselves to the shadow, got corrupted by the shadow. Either way, you got the split, which then basically has Yasharaj down one end, which turned into the Hydra, Wind Serpents, Cloud Serpents, etc., and the other one, which was Ysilda, that just went down the whole Winding Slither Drakes, Proto Drakes, Dragons. Oh, yeah, and I guess it's like a final note. Hilariously enough, this perfectly encapsulates why Odin has never, ever liked dragons. And shockingly enough, he may have actually had a point. But this also innately explains the corruptible aspect of the dragons and why, yeah, they are susceptible to corruption. Alright, cool. I'm done. Bye.